everybody. I think we finally did it. It's me, Chill Adventures, in an Uncle Billy Hawaiian shirt on a Friday. It's not going to stay on for long, but here we are. What are we doing? I don't know. Yes, you do. We're here for the Grom. Or are we? I think we are. We all know what's up. It is Friday Night Live with the Chill. Everybody, let's go. I had to do a different link because I'm kind of an idiot. And I ate a couple infused cheese balls. I'm not going to lie. I can't lie. I ate too many cheese balls. How is everybody doing tonight? We have an actual vlog here. And I thought I could do a little bit of maintenance, as it were, because can't hurt. I almost thought about getting a haircut today. But I'll tell you what, we're here for one reason, and one reason only. Yes, I have a soundtrack this evening. Why are we here? Where is the party at? Where is that party at? Don't worry, everybody. This is copyright-free music. Let's fucking go. How long? 2 minutes, 48 seconds. I can probably drop a let's fucking go. The party? Where is the party, Grom? Where is the party? Where's the party, Grom? Well, that's why we're here, people. Because Grom is going on a freaking party. To where? The Middle East. The Middle East. I mean, if I'm surfing in Michigan, he's going to be partying. He might have a little bit of sand in his vajayjay when he comes back, but I'll tell you what. He will be the only Aylesburyan with sand in his vajayjay. Other than Andrea, that is, of course. But man, let me tell you what. It has been an eventful week for the old Chill. And we are going Friday to Friday because I'll tell you what. Friday was an eventful day for me, and it seeped over. It was actually Thursday evening into Friday. I go to sleep so early that once it hits like 7 or 8 o'clock, it might as well be tomorrow. But I'll tell you what, everybody. I got lucky. I got lucky with that one, as, I mean, most of you know. I'm sure everybody that's in here right now would know. And for those who watch later, what's a good way to put this? I had a verbal disagreement with some other humans who golf here a lot. And boy, did I get lucky on that one. But it's all a learning experience, as it were. It's all a learning experience. And I think this could be the last one, you know? At least for this specific issue that I continue to have. But it worked just fine, dude. It came out just fine. And man, oh man, I'm not happy that my boss had to hear about it, but I am happy that that I did what I did. You know, it is what I do. It's like Popeye says, you know, I am what I am. I see a nice message from Billy, Uncle Billy, that is. He'll be here when he gets here, of course. But man, between the incident, as we call it, around these parts, and impromptu trip to Cleveland, man, did your boy have an eventful week. But the name of the game is Chill Adventures. It's not fucking it's not chill go to the crafts store, as it were. Actually, I don't know what you guys are doing tonight, but I don't crack any cold ones anymore, but I will spark a warm one. I was hoping to have the one that I just bought, but I found it. Yes! Come on. Yes. Let's go. Anyways, So yeah, between those two things, I had a busy freaking week. And I was kind of tired, sort of, whatever. Also, dude, we we freaking had a kind of a revelation here. And I believe we're gonna shave the old beard. Not tonight, of course. But I think we want to do it for the charities, you know? I don't know what charity. I won't take the money. And yeah, we'll give it to something good, you know? We'll give it to something good. Kids without thumbs, whatever. I don't care. Honestly, it's getting a little much. And see, here's the real reason why. I've had the beard for about as long as I had my long hair. And once I cut that, it was kind of like a turning point and thing. So I'm not really looking for something to change exactly, but it could definitely be fun. And man, anybody who's watching this in the future and you want to give some money to it, let me know. You can hit me up on any social media at Chill Adventures or Cam Hill, whatever, or comment below. Leave me a message on a video, which would be great. It would be great, you know? It would be great. And I can't really help anybody on a regular basis, like tangibly. You know, Steve says I help him by doing the king chuck, and that's great. But if I could shave my beard and raise a bunch of money for whatever, that would be pretty cool too. Plus my beard will grow back. But yeah, man. Boy, oh boy. It's also been a really long time since we've had any waves around here. I think tomorrow there's going to be some ankle high waves. 2 feet is like, 50% bigger than I actually need it, as we all know. Also, on the 7th or the 8th, I think Uncle Billy Bay is going to start to go, and it's going to be around 50 degrees. So yeah, it's going to start getting cold. It's going to start getting big. And there's a couple days last year that, I mean, we had the 5 feet at 10 second day, which was, there's a stand-up barrel. I didn't get any, of course, but yeah. Anyways, do I got Venmo? Oh, if we do any sort of charity type thing, we'll think of a better way to do it than that. And yeah, definitely got to be a Corn Life special. The old Corn Life. But yeah, everybody, man, oh man, honestly, Cockney Buddha, he put the, oh, you tried hitting me up on the live link? I wonder if I can, I don't know if I can do it now. What's up, Uncle Billy? Man, maybe. Man, I don't think I can add you now, dang it. Man, that's too bad. I had to use a different link. It wouldn't let me use the same link that I put up. I don't know. Anyways, man, the amount of waves that I've seen from that Hurricane Lee, I think, in like Rhode Island. I saw some surfing from Nova Scotia. And all up along those chowder states. Boy, it looked pretty good. It looked pretty epic. And I'm really hoping to get somewhere over there before it snows. Like, obviously, that's a tall order, but I don't know. You never know. Today, As a matter of fact, it's really weird. Today is almost I wonder if I can pull this up real quick. Sorry. Yeah, anyways. Yeah. Dude, I wish I could add the Grom. Ah, dang. I was trying to add the Grom. No ice beard this year yet, no. I guess, actually, yeah, there was, because in February is the best time for the ice bearding. And, yeah, I think, like, right before it freezes, late January, early February. Yeah, that's, like, when the best time for the ice beard is. But honestly, dude, the ice beard, it's only good for pitchers. It's not, it doesn't help. It actually makes it harder to surf. It is like really heavy, and it gives me like when it gives you like a rash basically, because it's either like you let it dry or you let it melt on your face or you pull it off. So it's pretty irritating. um and yeah, it's like a weird thing. It's cool looking, and like this beard would be perfect for it because it's pretty long, and that helps it. There was one year where the sun was out, and when the sun was out, it would be like dreadlocks of ice because they would like kind of flash freeze. So there would be a layer of liquid, so it wouldn't be one big mass. It would be each little thing would kind of it was like dreadlocks of ice. It was so sick. It was so awesome. But last year it was just one big mass because the first year that I surfed, this will be my fourth winter surfing, so I think right around now, so I've been surfing for 4 years now because right around now is when I started in like September. Yeah, September. And so the first winter I didn't have any winter gear, so I only surfed until like maybe November. And then the last fucking thing, um oh yeah, dude. Yeah. If you're getting out of here and I don't see you for talk to you for a couple days, be careful. Eat lots of naan bread and hummus and stay clear of Hamas. They're close words, but they're very different things. That's my advice. But yeah, dude, the ice beard, man, I tell you what. It's a love-hate relationship. That's for sure. And I really feel like I don't know. I want to get a nice good ice beard. One more before I don't have a beard anymore. But I think if I shaved it now and started growing it back, it would be good by February. It would at least be big enough by February, I think. Man, that's crazy. Grom's going to Egypt, man. Such an unusual place. Well, I guess it's not really because England is pretty close to Africa, but when you're thinking of it from as an American bloke like me, that's a long freaking way away. It's a really long way away. And everybody kind of hates Americans too, so it's like, you know, you get a weird vibe sometimes. And I look really American, you know? I guess I kind of look like I'm Afghanistanish too, you know? Like I want to be one. I've actually never been out of the country, dude. It's crazy. My mom was a flight attendant my whole freaking life and never was out of the country. I had plenty of opportunities. It's not like she never asked or anything, but I was just kind of a dweeb. And I just wanted to party too much. I think it was kind of a blessing in disguise, sort of, because I couldn't have really enjoyed most of it. Just because my mom was like flying. I'd have to go when my mom was on her trips. And she would be gone for like 3 days. 6 days or 9 days at a time. So basically, I wouldn't have much time to explore. I couldn't really go anywhere, really. But yeah, sort of kicking myself and then kind of don't really care. Because if I go someplace now, it'll be like leaving the country for the first time as an old fuck like me. It could be cool. It could be pretty epic. But who knows? Maybe I'll become a sponsored surfer one of these days. And I could just travel around, you know? That would be the best. I think that would be the dream. But also, I would take the lottery. I would also take like a scratch off ticket for a couple mil. And I mean, just knowing how I live now, I wonder, as long as I don't like try to buy a Maserati or something, you know, I could live for a while on $1 million. Oh man, I wish this camera was better. There's somebody being a dick over there on the hill now. Oh man, they're lucky. They're lucky I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt with dirty sweatpants and I'm doing a live because, like, bro, some people's kids, and it's Friday, like, you know, whatever, right? It's Friday. I'll tell you, these people, if there was waves every day, I would be such a happier person. Like, if there was, like, a constant, like, crappy, like, if it was just, like, every day was at least sort of shitty and 2 feet-ish, I would be way happier. Just because I would always know I could at least, you know, I would at least be able to get into something every single day. But, man, when I got to wait this long, if I hadn't gone to Cleveland, it would have been at least a week now, maybe more. And that's a long time. As Billy said, that there's the ferry wave, and I can't believe I haven't hit the ferry wave, but with Uncle Billy Bay and you know, Grand Haven went off. I mean, Jabroni. I could say Grand Haven, but Jabroni went off a bunch too. Man, I don't know. I do feel like I missed out on a couple extra car ferries that I should have gotten, but you know, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to do all that good stuff. Well, hey, look what time it is. It's 18:57 into the fucking thing. And everybody knows what that means. It's time for the news. You didn't know that I wasn't gonna do the news? You didn't know I was gonna do the news. But you know what we have when Grom does the news? What does Grom have that everybody likes when he does the news? What is that? What does Grom have that everybody likes? Oh, the glasses. Yeah, this is the only way that I could do any better than Grom's fucking giant Hubble Space Telescope glasses. I have to wear 2 pairs of glasses. And, well, I'll tell you what, there isn't a lot for news this week. As I have my head buried so far in the sand of my own world that sometimes I don't even know what's going on. But as a matter of fact, I do have one tidbit of news. Man, I tell you what, boobs are the greatest. Whether you're a chick or a guy, boobs are awesome. There's really nothing wrong with boobs. And I feel like if everybody grabbed a pair or had a pair to grab on more frequent basis, the world would be a better place. Well, that was it for the news. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Oh, man. I tell you what, current events are hard to find these days, and boy, oh boy, that was even harder to make up on the spot, I tell you what. But, I mean, that's how hard one has to work to one-up Grom on the lives. Like, you have to really, really, really want it. You have to really want to be number 2 because you're not going to be number 1. Like, You're just number two. Yeah. And I'm okay with being number two, you know? As the book says, everybody poops. And where we're not talking about poop right now, it is considered number two. And well, that's how that goes full circle. Hold that thought, everybody. I need to make a cup of, what did you call it? Rosie. I need to make some rosies. I'll be right back. Maybe you can still see me. No, that's all right. Just making a little bit of rosies here. Picking up posies. With the rosies. I'm back. How many did we lose? We gained one. Let's go. I had to get a cup of rosies. I don't know what rosies stand for. Is it tea, Steve? The only way that I like coffee is with peppermint creamer. If they made coffee flavored peppermint creamer, I would drink that. Uncle Billy Bay. Uncle Billy has a question about the spot that is named after him. Well, the spot, it changed quite a bit in the first like 3 times I went. But now, I mean, you have to assume we haven't had a big day there yet. The only reason why it's been how it's been is because of that sand. Like, we haven't had a day over there that was, I don't think any day was over 3.5 feet. And there are some days at South Haven where I mean, I got one of 2 of the biggest beatings I ever got was right at the end of the pier in South Haven. And sometimes, well, all the time, no matter how the wind is going, as long as there's not too much west in it, there will be waves that roll right down that pier. And we haven't had a day like that yet. So, I mean, I don't even really know what it's going to do. That's why I think that spot is going to be the best, just because where they put the sand in relation to the pier. But it definitely has changed a lot. It's not as the deep to shallow ratio is not as severe anymore, and that's helpful for a lot of people. It sucks because that's what makes the wave barrel. But makes it easier to get into. I think on the 7th, that's going to be the next good day there. The 7th or the 8th. So hopefully, I don't know. It's so weird because I haven't surfed here in so long. I haven't even been in Lake Michigan in a while. And, yeah. You can still see, dude, Lake Erie is kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Rosie Lee got some tea. Lake Erie and like the sand, it's more like dirt and like dusty. It's really unusual. And my wetsuit boots, they're still kind of like, I don't know. But yeah, I got to get in the lake. I think I haven't seen my mom in a while. Also, Scramble Joe sent me a package, which is there. And I need to get down to my storage. And I actually borrowed a sander from one of the guys that works here. So I want to fix the fin on the 810. Excuse you. I want to fix the fin on the 810. I need to finish aqua sealing the O'Neill wetsuit that's like almost as old as Bear. Speaking of which, he's sleeping. Almost as old as Bear, so that has like 36 pounds of aqua seal on it. I think it might be the last year for it, but I don't know. It'd be a shame because that thing is like a $12 hooker. But yeah. Yep, first swell will be very telling. And I'm talking like, you know, a good like 6 feet at 5 seconds, 6 feet at 6 seconds, you know, a real lake beating day. And that's another thing that I have noticed from a lot of the Wisconsin guys videos and just going to Lake Erie is there, even when it's big, there's not a lot of wind on the waves like there is here. Like we just get so much more onshore wind that it's just bananas. And like I'll look at my videos and stuff and just the amount of wind that's blowing in the camera and stuff is just it's crazy. It's really crazy. But being able to surf this 7-foot board has like been a lifesaver because you could it's so much easier to like haul it out and what's up, Joe? How are you, buddy? um it's so much easier to haul the board out, and where it is harder to paddle, it's it's just way easier to maneuver in the water. And yeah, so I think that's going to save me so much freaking time and so much just like fatigue on my arms when I was surfing Rick's board. By the way, that's the next episode that's going to come out is me surfing Rick's board and talking about giving that 9.0 to Rick. But when I was on that board, and you'll see it in the video coming up, like, dude, it's just turning a 9-foot board compared to turning this 7-foot board and how they're shaped. And it's just not the same game. And, hey, 10 people are in here. Everybody like it. What are you doing? 3 likes. Give me a break. I hope you guys go back too, because you just missed the news segment. It was fire. Anyways, yeah, that 7-foot board is a key. It's key, dude. Yeah, I'm one of these days, I want to like, I mean, there's some boards that I've seen in these surf shops that are like a 6'6" that are really wide, and they look like they paddle easier than this 7.0. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really going. Whoa, dude. Dude, why are you writing a I don't like Jesus, that's cool and everything, but nobody should ever write the word atonement. That's just that word's just too big for our britches here. You know what I'm saying? But you could stay, dude. Jesus Christ loving ass. Jesus ain't bad. I don't even know if it's real. You know, I'm as equal open to Jesus as I am aliens. What I am not open to is big ass words like atonement. You should just be glad that I can read, you know? And actually, to be perfectly honest with you, and Jesus, if he's real, he knows this. I can't read. I've memorized the sound of each individual letter, and then I put them together. But yeah, atonement, that's a big word, man. I like how that guy, I like how that dude and his long ass post talking about my sins. How do you even know I sin? Your sins, my ass. Anyways, that dude, and then the person who comments right underneath him is Rad Man. I said, let's go. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Billy's talk to text is like it's like if people came back from thank you. Thank you very much. Fucking nice hairline. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Daniel. Jeez. Yeah. That means he paid the price. Well, I know what atonement means. I just don't like the big words. Why don't you just say what you said, you know? Yeah, dude, and honestly, that's what I think for the lakes. I think you need width, you know? Can't compliment in 2020. What is it? You lose a lot, Daniel. Saying nice hairline, it kind of sounds like you're being a dick, bro. I mean, I can't really tell you're fucking your tone over text, bruh. Come on. Anyways, let's go back to what Bugman said. And in the lakes, in the lakes you need volume. But I think in the ocean, if you can paddle and all that extra bullshit, you can get away with a lot less volume, but more width. I don't know. I don't know for sure. But yeah, dude. Billy Billy's talk to text. Yeah, dude. You need yeah. It's like if someone in like 100 years came in back trying to read American, and the only thing that they had was fucking transcripts of Billy's talk to text. It's fucking 2 9 foot 9'6" from 1968. That's pretty cool. I just feel like you could surf any board. What's up, dude? York Reacts. What's up, bro? How are you, man? I don't know. I don't know how many people in here know Stoke Machine, but that dude is like, he's like a full-size adult man compared to me, you know? I'm like 5'9", 140-ish, and he's bigger than me. And this dude surfs a 9'6" Robert August on the same waves that I'm trying to surf, and he'll go like off the lip, you know, like I'm trying to do with the 7. So like any board on any wave, if you want to surf it, dude, you could surf it. But for me, like, man, those, just going back to that 9-1 a couple weeks ago and surfing it in at Wanasi Mahihi or Uncle Billy Bay, boy, it was way harder to do everything. But the speed, man, and it's just like so cool to be, because I hadn't rode that board in a long time. And when you actually set a line and you're high enough on the wave where you can just trim the whole way, it's sick, dude. Oh yeah. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of people, and it seems like there was a lot more like a lot more groups of surfers back in the day. There isn't really like clubs or things like that around here, which kind of sucks. It gives people more time to be dickheads about things, you know? And like this is one thing that Stoke Machine did. He taught me a lot of the right ways to surf, and a lot of, it's like how my dad taught me to golf. Like, you know, all of like the little unwritten rules and this and that, and then now Uncle Billy like helping me with like why my arm is doing this, and my arm doing this is fucking me up doing that, and it's just crazy. 5'5" round nose foamy. Yeah, so like there's this board called a crowd killer from Catch Surf, and it's like that. I think that comes in like a 6'5", a 7, maybe that's it, maybe a 6 and a 7, but it's like a round nose fish, and it's a foamy, and it's pretty sick. I've actually wanted one for a while until I kind of just put my nose to the grindstone with this 7.0 and tried to learn it. Oh, that's it? Yeah, dude. That crowd killer is the shit. Like, I think if you were to bottle that and like have that be like one of 3 boards that people learn on the lakes, or really anywhere, that could be like one of the best boards. And I've never even rode one. I don't think I've ever even touched one, but I've looked at it online a lot. It was like what I wanted through the whole coronavirus thing, and like, but yeah, I am glad I got these nice like hard boards now, but every time they dredge, there's like a month where it doesn't matter what kind of board. You're either like getting out of the wave early, or if you stay in it long enough, you're getting absolutely fucking pounded. Only because it's like, I wish I could pull up the picture on my phone, because it's like, it's a real barrel, but it's only like a foot tall, and it's just annihilating like almost dry sand. It's fucking crazy. And that was just this year. Yeah, you know, it's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of guys in like, yeah, Lost Mayhem. That's what it is, dude. That's what it is. That's what it is. I don't know why I called it a crowd killer. Maybe that's just what's written on it or something. But Bugman, dude, I think that if everybody kind of went places together, because like there's a bunch of guys who surf. Yeah, it was all before social media, right? STD. STD. It's sad because I used to put so much effort into talking shit. And this guy writes STD. Anyways. Yeah. Not native to English. Fuck me. If you're not native to English, how did you come up with STD? Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyways. Yeah, I've heard that there were times where yeah, you just have to go. And like even now when you look at you heard it on a stream, you want to know what it means. It's just another stream, yes. Yeah. Well, let me finish talking to Bugman and then we'll talk about STDs. Yeah, so like it's just it's crazy the amount of people who now realize the importance of the dredge boat. And when you see the dredge boat, to figure out where they're putting it and what and where they're doing and if it's even a viable spot to go. But the dredge boat will bring crowds and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I've heard stories like you guys would have to call those phone numbers and stuff and just wait. Um Yeah. Well, and then the high water came up there too, and they put all of the rocks on the south side. It sucks. That spot is such a weird spot because you could go a little bit farther and you would have bigger piers and more fetch, or you could go not as far and have bigger piers and cleaner waves. So I've surfed there once and it was fun. But I think going back to the main point, if there were more people who had like actual like groups that they surfed with, there would just be so much less like weirdness with these guys out here. Like it's really bizarre the type of people who I've run into. Not everybody, but if everybody surfed with other people who were better and worse than them and everybody kind of just like grew together and did stuff like that, it would be so much of a more welcoming community. I think also I kind of got shit on a little bit in the beginning because like I wasn't good at surfing or editing and I came out of the gate like I was already like a bona fide YouTube star. But like I thought everyone's supposed to be nice to everyone, right? Or maybe that's just not me. But now I don't care because I'm fucking like really going. And I've met some cool people on the back end here. But I see yeah, and it's weird because like I thought in the beginning, I didn't even I couldn't even my brain didn't even assume that surfers were assholes for some reason. I don't know. Cause like hockey guys, I played hockey my whole life, so like they're all assholes. Even the ones that are nice are kind of cunts, you know? So like I didn't even put two and two together. But it's just weird the shit that I got in the beginning. That's really what I base all of my disdain for most of these lake surfers is like the blatant like shit talking in the beginning until some of these guys realize that like I live like real fucking close, you know. And once they started seeing me on a regular basis, like that shit stopped really quickly for obvious reasons. Like people will talk shit on the computer all the time, but that's what put a bad taste in my mouth. But as I've gotten a little bit better and as I've like surfed all these different spots, like it was just a small a small group of them for sure. And then who cares even, right? I think I think about surfing in the ocean and big waves all the time, but I always come back to the idea that like the lake surfing stuff is it's so much cooler because you really have to know the weather, you really have to know the spots, you have to know like when to leave, when to plan it because even NOAA sometimes they'll freaking the forecast will hit early and sometimes the forecast will hit late and even having all of these apps and stuff you still have to just like you guys did you have to know when to leave because you don't want to get there when it's good you want to get there when it's getting good and then you can whatever but yeah I really like if let's say I had plenty of money to do whatever I wanted, I wouldn't not be here. Like I wouldn't not. I would definitely be surfing the lakes more. I say that now, but like if I could go to Costa Rica like my guy Joe, he was on for a bit. He had to get his stuff ready for the overseas journey. But if I had enough money, I would surf the lakes a lot. I might surf different lakes in different spots. They got that spot in Duluth and they got all those other really freaking good waves. Oh man. And driving in Indiana is a lot harder than driving here in Michigan because there's spots where you're out in the sticks, but you still like the speed limit's like 50 and you're on a five lane freeway. It's crazy, dude. But yeah, I love the hunt for the lake waves. I love the oh, we're gonna shave the beard. Oh, we're gonna shave it. We're gonna actually do it for charity. Yeah, dude. Thank you, Dan. I'm glad you're here. But so we were gonna do this. We were gonna shave my beard tomorrow. It's gonna be on Corn Life Network. If anybody wants to go subscribe to his channel and subscribe to the Grom's channel, and just go to the bottom of my screen, subscribe to all those people. But we want to try to see if anybody wants to donate money, not to me, but to like some charity that we could all, do it. And yeah, I'm planning on not making much money and surfing a lot for the rest of my life, ideally. But yeah, we're trying to think of a good charity to figure out. And you're not going to send me money. We'll think of a different way, But and then we'll shave the beard. I want to do it so I can kind of start growing it back before the winter. But at the same time, maybe homeless chic is out, Maybe chicks don't want a guy that the Duck Dynasty. And then look at where my chin is. Like that's where my chin is. So yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, and I'm 37 and I haven't drank in 12 years, but before that, I drank a lot and I wasted a ton of time. So I know exactly what you're talking about, Bugman. Also, my dad, it's really weird. Like both of my parents are from Michigan, but they never ever saw anybody surfing. But my dad's always like talked about wanting to surf, like it's been his thing, and that I'm doing it now. Plus, he watches my videos. I don't think he's watching it now, but it's just like, yeah, it's what I'm supposed to do. It's definitely what I'm supposed to do. It's what I'm supposed to be doing. It's so backwards. It's like if I started to be like a Parcheesi champion. It's like that's not, that wasn't in the cards. This wasn't like this wasn't really on the on my life's path. And the fact that, like, I love it so much and I'm willing to like spend as much time and money doing it, like it's definitely supposed to happen. And anybody who's caught a wave, dude, most people in this chat have got at least one. And it's the most unusually satisfying feeling that I've ever had in my entire freaking life. What's up, Danny? Yeah. You know what, dude? If I shave it off, I might have an extra one. I think this beard, my face has been covered from into my 20s, and I'm 37 now. I don't think that there's going to be any sort of... Sorry, I'm just looking at my dog to make sure he's not having a hard time. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, see, everybody that's caught a wave, and I'm not like, you could go on a trip, people will go on vacation and catch a wave here or there, but that's a little different, If you spend the time, if you buy a board and a wetsuit and you go out and you're trying and you're getting pounded and all you're doing is catching whitewater for months, and you don't know what you're doing, and you're getting hurt and you're scared because you're in the water, and then finally you get one where it's nice, a little bit of open wave, and you're not getting just the shit kicked out of you by whitewater, and you can see a little bit in front of you. That's all. And it doesn't matter. Sometimes the little ones, when I'm about to get into it, dude, it might as well be 8 million feet tall, dude. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, the feeling. And like, I'm sure this is just what people that find their thing, it's what it is, Because I'm sure that there's people that'll catch a couple waves and then go do something else that they like more, which is baffling to me, but it's got to happen, And man, it's crazy. Yeah, and it's honestly, if you go back probably and just go back till like March, and I wasn't doing half of the things on a surfboard that yeah at Indiana Dunes or Warren Dunes, because the first wave that I caught was at Warren Dunes. The first real wave that I caught was at Warren Dunes. Yeah. That's sick, dude. Nice. Yeah. It's crazy because in Indiana, there's really not any time where they get like middle of the road waves. Like I'm right in the middle of Michigan, so we'll get sort of kind of fetch from both directions, and then in the winter and spring we'll get those yeah, Dan. We'll get those swells. Well, we'll get some good stuff, but Indiana gets that fetch, it's at the bottom. So it was like, you always get the big waves. You always get the nice cleanup after it's been blowing from the north for all but like 2 or 3 days. You never get shitty. Well, sometimes you get shitty waves because it's a lake, but yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man, there's 11 people in here. It's been kind of going up and down a little bit, but that's kind of crazy. That's awesome. Yeah, Dan, I wish me and Dan could have linked up in Cleveland, but definitely one of these times. And I'm not opposed to driving out there again, Dan. St. Joe could be good on the 7th or the 8th. I've just been going to Uncle Billy Bay every time because I just like it more. St. Joe has more people. Silverado, that's what I call St. Joe. But there's always more people, and there's the surf shop is there, like the biggest surf shop that we have. It's there. So like Not that it's a bad thing, but surf the English Channel. Me and Grom were just looking at some spots like Jersey Island. It's got to get something. But in St. Joe, there's that surf shop, so there's a lot of beginners that'll come out. Not that that's bad, but it just, I'm I'm good enough to maneuver the board, but I'm not good enough to make sure I don't fucking hit someone that pops out of nowhere on a 9-foot board or something. But yeah, St. Joe is like an epic spot, and they dredged the spots that they dredged that are theirs. Like, there's more sand there than there is at Wanna-See-Mahihi, but there's more spots for where the wave gets kind of broken up and more people. Oh yeah, Billy doesn't race dirt bikes, but he's a big bike guy. Oh yeah, step into liquid. Yeah, it's crazy because when I started, I just went to the beach one day that it was shitty out, and I saw these guys surfing. It was in Holland. I call Holland a Dutch shoe. But I just saw them surfing, and then I got a boogie board like 3 days later, and then I went to the beach the next time it was shitty, and I was like just boogie boarding on this, like a boogie board you just buy at a beach store. It wasn't like the tiny ones; it was a decent one, but it wasn't like a real one, and it wasn't a surfboard. And then like 2 weeks later, I had a surfboard and a wetsuit, and didn't know what I was doing. The first board I bought was 6 feet long. I gave it to this dude named Clayton. I think he lives in Indiana, but he likes surfing the river wave in Dayton more. It's like more his style. He's more of like a skateboard dude. But yeah, I actually had a 6.0 Channel Islands too that I sold because I couldn't. I didn't know what the fuck to do with it. It sucks too because that board would have been key right now. Yep. Yeah, dude. When I went to Cleveland just this past weekend, I only had an 8-foot board and a 7-foot board, and that wave is just too rounded, too crumbly. I got a lot of good rides, but the guys on the 9-foot boards were catching waves way out back. I feel like the Lake Erie guys they have like a different sort of a vibe. There's obviously more guys over here, but but it's definitely a more chill vibe. And there's a couple pretty good spots on Erie. West of Pennsylvania. But I think that's probably where it gets a little bit better from what I see. But that's really another place that I haven't surfed in a while. The last time I went down to Indiana, it's been a little while, a couple months. Man, we're almost at an hour. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, and you never know, like, things go up and down. There's a lot of, like, I feel like even though I've only been surfing 4 years, I mean, I'm part of, like, the brand new bunch of people who are starting. There's, like, so many people who are doing it now that maybe it'll just kind of change. Because I feel like, oh, really? Cool, right on, dude. Well, thanks for coming and leaving all those comments and shit. Yeah, man. I'll talk to you again. Yeah, dude. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good night, dude. But yeah, I think honestly, if if more people just learn the right way, like kind of how. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, if everybody, it doesn't matter how good of a surfer you are or how much you surf, but if you just learn the right way, if you just learn the right way, I think everybody would just be more calm and I don't know. I just wish everybody was nicer because then I wouldn't have to be an asshole. Fucking that's my logic right there. If everybody wasn't an asshole, I wouldn't be an asshole. So stay off of my lawn. No, that's not how it is. I should just not be an asshole. I know. I know, Steve. I know. You don't gotta tell me. You know what I don't think, Steve, I ever told you that my dad's name is Steve. So that's the thing, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I'm definitely only an asshole to people who are being an asshole to me, but yeah. Definitely. I'm always trying to be that's why I like slow-mo my burps and I leave my falls in. Like I don't cut my falls out. And yeah. And Stoke Machine, I don't know if you ever know Tim Driscoll, but yeah, Stoke Machine is one who taught me and he's a guy. Sharon. She's Stoke Machine's like an old school surfer. That dude taught me and he brought me to a couple really good spots. And yeah. And I've helped some people. They don't give a shit. They never said thanks or nothing, but I don't care. Because I still see them out, you know? Quicksilver boat that came to New Buffalo one time. I will. I will do that. But yeah, dude, I'll keep making sure everybody feels welcome. I'll do my best, you know? Especially in the wintertime. It's just so dangerous. You gotta be friendly because you never know if you're gonna need help or you gotta help somebody. That's sick. Dude, if I just showed up at a spot and there was something like that, I would shit myself. I would act like a fan. I wouldn't care. Like, oh, can you sign my board? Yeah, exactly. It's crazy because in the ocean, I feel like people that live and surf in the ocean grow up knowing the dangers. So there's less people who get in trouble for dumb ways. But out here, it's just sometimes if you have enough money, you could buy a 6 mil suit, gloves, boots, and a board, and you're out there. Like, you know, you're out there. And what's up, Peanut? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, dude, everybody, everybody's got to be cooler. You know, it can get serious for sure. But yeah, dude, if everybody, yeah, I've never seen that. I've never seen that. I have had to help a couple people, and at St. Joe one time my leash broke when it was really big. I had to swim in and someone grabbed my board. Luckily, I've never been in trouble, and I've never had to like, you know, really like save somebody. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Dan. You know, it's all good, Dan. In, out. You're always here, bro. Yeah, dude. I'll see you next time, Bugman. Bye, Dan. Bye, Bugman. I am. I am getting a little bit stuffed up. And I don't know if that's like the fall foliage, or the seasons are changing, making me feel all weird and shit. I don't feel like I'm getting sick, only because that would suck, you know? And I don't want to get sick. when I was coaching hockey, man, I coached high school hockey for those of you who didn't know. And those little bastards would get me sick at the same time every year. It's freaking crazy. And since I quit coaching and playing, really, just hockey locker rooms in general are just a disgusting cesspool of germs. Oh, sorry. Can't light a joint without your lighter. And I just dropped it. So, yeah, dude, once I quit coaching and playing hockey, I was like way healthier. But I think that's just like exposure to the common cold and like other people's boogers. Because that's basically like what 80% of the air is in hockey. In a hockey rink, it's just mostly spit in the air, you know? It's you think it's like the humidity from the temperature change, but it's really just because almost everybody is spitting like every 14 seconds, you know? But yeah, I freaking hope I'm not getting sick. That was crazy. Yeah, I did spray myself. Well, I have been smoking weed, and I sprayed myself with some peppermint oil earlier just because I found it, and I was like, fuck, why not, right? And that got the juices flowing, if you will. Man, what would be a new surf spot? You want to surf when you have the gas to do it. Yep. Yeah. Dude, that's what we're talking about, Billy. Your text to chat is just like I could I can read it, but you know, it's just unique, you know. We need a Rosetta Stone. We need the hieroglyphs. Yeah, you could. I think my email is somewhere on my homepage here on YouTube. Otherwise, it's CAMCH5186 at Gmail. It's there. Otherwise, just leave me a comment on a different video or whatever, and I'll tell you. No worries. I don't know. I don't think I can leave. I don't think I can leave a chat. Oh, wait. Hold up. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to put it in from my other account. There you go. I just added it to this chat. It should pop up shortly here. But yeah. Cool. Technology. Yeah, dude. Let me know what's up. Good people are always great, you know? Can never have... Well, I think you can't have too many friends, but I hardly have any friends, so I got plenty of room for more good people, you know what I'm saying? You know what would be good out here, Billy? Is if everybody kind of knew what the water was actually doing. Like that would help everyone. The most people who drowned out here are people who get knocked off the pier when it's not nice out. And like in the spring and fall. Like there are people who go out on the pier in the winter, like in clothes, dude. It's bananas. It's freaking bananas. And like everyone talks about rip currents, but nobody talks about the longshore current. And that's what gets people into trouble here. Nobody gets rip currented out into the middle of the lake. Normally the rip currents just end at the end of the pier or something. And no one gets pulled out that far. It's the longshore currents where people get in trouble. But yeah, like you should see the amount of like life rings and shit that they have, and people still just ignore it. They go out on the pier when they're drunk. It's rough, dude. It's rough. I think it's getting better now just because of like social media and stuff like that. Yeah, longshore current. So basically like if the wind is blowing south, the water is going to be moving that direction. And if you're on the south side of a pier and the wind is blowing south, it's going to push you away from the pier. And our sandbars aren't straight. They go like this. So if you're getting pushed down and like let's say you're a kid and you're not a good swimmer or you're a marginal swimmer and it's a windy, wavy-ish day and you're standing on the part of the sandbar where you could touch, but the water's pushing you down and the sandbar, since it goes like this, you're going to end up in a deep spot. And sometimes it can go from like where they dredge, it's ankle deep. And then you take 10 steps or you get pushed down a little bit and it's 8 feet, you know? And so, especially when it's not nice or when there's waves and they're not good swimmers and they're splashing around. And another thing, people are a lot of the time they're drinking or doing something dumb like that. So the sandbars go like this, you're getting pushed down, and they realize they can't touch out of nowhere and they think, oh, they're like on a sandbar, and then they start to panic and just like that. But nobody talks about a longshore current. Everybody wants to talk about the rip current because in the ocean, the rip current is what'll fuck you. Because a rip current in the ocean could go for miles because a rip current is basically caused by water running over a submerged object. In a lake, 9 times out of 10, a rip current is right next to the pier and the pier ends. And even when the pier ends, a lot of times there's ladders on the pier or the pier is made of rocks that you can grab onto. But the longshore current, if you're splashing around and you're a kid or you're drunk or you're just not a good swimmer and you didn't realize that you're going to go from 3 feet of water to 6 feet of water in a few steps and you start to panic and you swallow some water, like you could drown so easy. And no one talks about the fucking longshore current. And then you got those skeleton guys, the Sam Skeleton and his brother, who they will go into the lake and without a hood on and like freeze their hair on purpose. And it's just like people see that and think like that's what you're supposed to do. Same with that Surfer Dan guy. Like you see all of the ice and stuff. But you know, you don't, it's so dangerous. And it's just like, I got into it with some of the Great Lakes surf rescue people because they post a lot of shit, but none of it has to do with like why these people are not getting, and it's not surfers who are getting in trouble. That's another thing. It's not the surfers who are getting in trouble. It's people just going on the pier or swimmers that get in trouble. Kids that aren't being watched by their parents or people who are drinking and going in the water acting foolish. But I tried to tell, there was the news people, yeah. So like the sand gets built up next to the pier and, yeah, it's just the water moves so much differently in the lake than it does in the ocean. It's not the same. You can't use, surfing in the lake is not like surfing in the ocean. We use the same shit, but that's really kind of where the similarities stop. You have to do a lot of the same things, but differently. But that longshore current, rip current thing is like it's a big thing. And I think about it a lot. And there's been news people at the beach and I'm like, I tell them all the time. I'm like, you got to get somebody in there that knows what the fuck they're talking about. And it only took me a couple years to understand this. And rip currents are an issue. Like I'm not saying that rip currents aren't dangerous. We'll use them to pull us out. So instead of having to paddle out, like where kind of not by the pier, if you get right close to the pier, a lot of times it'll pull you out like a little conveyor. And then when you get close to the end of the pier, it gets deep and it'll release you. But yeah, they think it's a lake. and they see waves. It's just, again, people that grow up near the ocean, um, you know the power of it, but nobody goes to the lake when we're surfing. You don't see a ton of people at the lake when we're surfing. People only go to the lake when it's nice out, and then if they ever do go when it's not bad, they don't correlate the two. They don't put two and two together, and that's when people get in trouble. But they could also like they could do so much more for like um just like freaking like education for people, you know. It's crazy. Well, I think I'm gonna head out. The wave period, yeah. 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 I mean, yeah, you could go on and on and on. It's just there's so many things that are different out here than in the ocean, and yeah, it's just different. And they're both, it's not like the lake is more safe. The ocean is definitely has a lot more dangers for sure. Like 100% the ocean is just a bigger version of the lake, but people don't realize it. And if everybody went there and and like really got in, they got out into where it wouldn't be safe, like they would feel the power. And there's kids that surf when we're or swim when we're surfing in the summer, and I'll every single time I'll go out and I'm surfing by them and I'll be like, you guys just fucking be careful. You fucking be careful, because when you're not by the pier and you're out kind of like sort of like in an open beach scenario, then you can get sucked out by a rip. And then the problem with not being by a pier is it won't release you in a good enough spot. So then you're going to have to swim. And then you're fucking 500 yards from the beach, no pier, and you got to swim your fucking ass in. Like you better know what you're fucking doing. I had to swim in the wintertime when the water was slushy my first fucking year surfing. So that was an eye opener, you know. That was an eye opener. But the lake again, like even if you get sucked out, you can always swim back in. The waves are always gonna push Aqueduct. I think, yeah. Yeah. I've heard of him. But yeah, dude, it's like the waves will always push you back in. So you really don't need to panic, especially in the lake. Like the lake is dangerous if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. But if you do, it's really not that dangerous. Like it's really not. You could get in and out and in and out and in and out a ton. But the second you don't know what you're doing and the second you panic, and with the people that don't know what's going on that live near a lake in comparison to an ocean, dude, it's yeah, it's crazy. There'll be people that we almost saw someone get washed off the pier a couple weeks ago at Uncle Billy Bay, and it was like, what are these guys doing? Like the waves were crashing over both piers. Kite surfing is cool. You need to know exactly what you're doing when you're kite surfing. There's it's easier in the sense that, it's not as hard on your body, but it's harder in the sense that you could fuck up badly and you could get drugged down the beach and you're bouncing up and down on the beach. You could drop your kite on somebody. Um, yeah. I might kite surf if I hurt myself and I can't paddle in the waves and stuff, but I don't know about kite surfing yet. But the guys that are good at it are really good, but it's just you don't see a lot of guys doing backflips out here. Yeah, I got to get out of here too. I got to help Bear out, and yeah. Plus I'm kind of an old fuck anyway. But dude, I would have to say this could be my best live ever. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Hour and 15 minutes. Not bad. Not bad for somebody who doesn't know what the hell I'm doing. But again, this is all in lieu of Grom going out to the Middle East. So hopefully once Rick gets his live thing figured out and Grom gets back to the regularly scheduled program, maybe I could do a live one of these, like pick a weekday or something, you know? Because where I can wear 2 pairs of glasses at one time, I think this is much more, this is just what I should do, you know? We'll just get together and talk, you know? And we'll save all the bells and whistles for Rick and Grom because they like that kind of stuff. And this is how I go. But anyways, I can't, there's still 7 people in here. I really don't want to go, but I think I need to go help Baron. And yeah. Cool. See you guys. Have a good night.